Man, a win is crazy. It's amazing, off of 1 week of practice, 1 week of practice. So imagine, what a full offseason look like. It get dangerous.
Yeah, let me medicate. I need something to get me in the right place of mind. No snakes hanging around any place of mine. I'm trying to build an empire, we in two different states of mind. I'm trying to escape the confines of my city limits, but shit get risky as making one of these shorties and misses. Gotta keep a low profile nowadays. I'm staying out the way, you single niggas wildin' with these low rates of retention. Jumping at the first chance you get cause she showed you some attention. I love this life out the spotlight.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Lab Rats and Loaded Minds. I'm Arthur Ward Jr. A little bit allergy messed up here. Got my boy Twan over there looking good. Coach Twan putting up that wrist. You know what time it is. Perfect timing. So we might as well hop straight into it about the Browns. Go ahead, give me what you got.
Again, not trying to be too high, not trying to be too low as a realist, but the fan of me obviously want to jump off the walls because somebody that they try to paint us to be a fifth round talent. And this is somebody I didn't even touch on for real because I think the discussion has been very mixed. And, correct me if I'm wrong, but going into the draft last year, before all the interviews and stuff, who were the two quarterbacks that were at the top of the list? Off the top of your head, who was it?
Last year,
Yes.
I know Shedeur being number one. I'm trying to think who
And
was
who was the
Cam.
other one?
Oh, Cam.
Right. And there's been a lot of, a lot of media, a lot of talking heads, and even just from me talking to people I know, it's concerning to see that the narrative has changed around a quarterback who is statistically the most accurate quarterback in college. And he fell to the fifth round. That had nothing to do with football. We just seen what happened when he had 1 week of practice reps with the ones, and he goes out and almost matches Dylan Gabriel's season high total for yards with like 20 less completions or 20 less passing attempts. That should tell you alone that where he fell in the draft has nothing to do with football. Because Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur, again, it's a very, very small sample size. I know we again not trying to get too high, not trying to get too low, but one game he showed us more than Dylan Gabriel has showed in 5 starts. And Dylan Gabriel was our third round selection. And that's also subjective too, because a lot of people think that he shouldn't have went third round. But it's rewarding to see somebody prove haters wrong. It's rewarding to see somebody talk confidence into himself and then to the people around him. Malik Collins again talking about just the energy. I think energy is so important playing quarterback or just being a leader of a team. You have to not only believe in yourself, but people have to believe in, like, your teammates had to believe in you. And like the energy on Sunday was something that we have not seen from this Browns team really since week 1. And I know we lost, or even what was the one of the first dubs this week? I was at home this year.
The Dolphins.
No, before the Dolphins. Remember we lost to the Bengals because the kicker he kicked the game winner. I can't remember who we beat. The Packers.
Yeah,
The Packers.
Packers.
That was the last time we seen energy amongst the entire team. Even though the offense didn't even play that good, they still had that what do you call it when y'all run on the field and kick the field goal? Fire
Like
drill.
hurry up.
Yeah, they did. They was calling it something like it's a like when it's late in the
I know what you're saying because
you
they
know what
all
I'm talking
read
about?
on. They was already ready and set.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
no exact terminology for it. Like,
Okay, but yeah, like that's the last time
that's
we
just having
seen.
your field goal PAT unit ready and hot. That's it.
Well, whatever. That's the last time we seen the Browns have any type of energy. And then again, it's just rewarding to see. Like I commend Shedeur for really just focusing on the main thing and keeping the main thing the main thing, because there were so many people that wanted him to fail, Cleveland Browns fans included. There's I and I didn't touch on it. I keep saying again, but we had a little technical difficulties, but I think
Yeah.
another point that I didn't even think about too was, and we kind of talked about it today. Coming up to this draft, like people want us, or there's some Browns fans, and even there's probably some people in the organization that want to take the QB route again. How many times do we have to like? I don't think in this draft that there is a different. There's not a franchise quarterback like a game changer. Somebody that I know when I see he passes the eye test, the statistics back it up. He's played in meaningful games in college. I don't think that there is a solidified quarterback that I can use a top 5 or top 10 pick that we're potentially going to have um, and add to the list of QBs that we've tried to work it out with. I just don't think that there is a quarterback in this current draft. Now, next year, in Julian Sands' draft or the draft that he's supposed to be in, okay, now we talking. We got him, we got Mensa, we got potentially. I don't know if Dante Moore is coming out this year or next year, but if he's in that draft,
I think he'll come out next year.
you think he'll come out next year?
Yeah.
Even a guy like Lenora Sellers can repair his image too. He's a guy that has the athletic ability.
Is that South Carolina? No.
Yeah, South
Yeah, that's South
Carolina.
Carolina.
He'll
Yeah.
be saying here running back. We've
He
seen that
going to and he
before.
going to EU, I think.
Hey, that'd be a good move. I think he should stay and get in the portal, just to see if he could find a situation to help his draft stock. But yeah, I don't see why we spend another draft pick on a quarterback when this is probably one of the better skill position drafts. We can go grab a wide receiver. We can go grab somebody on the back end on defense. You can grab some linemen. Like let's try to build a offense that way. If Shedeur don't work out, if Dylan Gabriel gets another chance, he don't work out. Hell, Deshaun Watson is still in the shadows. If he comes back and doesn't work out, let it at least be with the team that we know all the pieces are intact. It's just that leading quarterback position we just need to figure out. And then next year, revisit in the draft. So yeah, I think he definitely caused a little bit of confusion within the front office. And again, it's rewarding to see, the wait. It was worth the wait.
Yeah, man, it's exciting. I'm just right here smiling. No, because we, like you said, we already talked about this, but even talk about it again, it's really exciting because, bro, like we've been through so much when it came to like trying to figure out who gonna play quarterback. But we went through 3 different quarterbacks in 1 year, or 2 or 4 different quarterbacks in 1 year already in one season. So like, if we talking all the way from 1999 down, and now in one season when it went through 4 different quarterbacks in one season, it just brings a smile to your face to see like maybe it's some hope now.
Do you remember
'Cause
Brock Osweiler?
yes,
I like the amount of QBs that
yes,
have played for the Browns is
yes.
insane, bro. Him, I was just like on Twitter today, and I seen his name, Jake Delhomme,
Yeah,
and then Charlie Fry. I was like, dog,
yeah. My boy Charlie Fry, he used to have me turned on Sundays.
it's rough, man. It's rough.
Oh, it's bad out for sure. Brady
Yeah,
Quinn was
man.
supposed to be Drew Brees. He was supposed to be Drew Brees, man.
I thought Johnny Manziel was gonna figure it out here.
Yeah, so it's just good to see our boy Shedeur finally get out there and be able to show people what he can do, even though we all knew. I mean, we've seen it time after time after time, over and over and over again.
Mhm.
He been doing this since he was in high school, being mentored by one of the greatest, maybe the greatest quarterback ever. So it was destined for him to get this situation and prosper. Like,
I also seen another. I seen a take. It wasn't really even a take. It was more is very factual based. Last point on Shador, because again, I don't want to get too high and get too low, because
yeah.
I think the biggest thing that fans,
I'm gonna
players,
say one more
coaches
thing too before we go.
in the org need to do is stay with him through the highs and the lows. But I think it was a Cleveland radio show, and I don't know the guy's name. I don't know the name of the radio show, but he was talking about everywhere Shedeur has been and played, he has made others around him better. And I had to start thinking about it, and I was like, and he just started to ramble off stuff. He was like, let's look at Dion right now. They've had a quarterback problem. They had brought in a guy from the portal, and then didn't they have a 5-star or 4-star recruit come in?
Yep. Yep.
They suck. When Shedeur was there, that was the last time. Obviously, he's only been gone a year, but that's the last time Dion saw success. They made a bowl game.
Right.
Travis Hunter won the Heisman.
Right.
Again, Travis Hunter in the NFL, small sample size. However, Trevor Lawrence wasn't able to capture nowhere near the same magic as Shedeur did with him. And again,
Right.
very small sample size. Also, the bump up in competition, but still, we all know the talent that Travis Hunter is on the field. So, even a guy like Jimmy Horn, Jimmy Horn made a roster. I can't, he definitely, again, you can see the talent. However, he played with Shedeur. I just think that going back to Jackson State, now I don't know what their record was, but he was just rambling off all these places that Shedeur has been, and like he's won at every level. He's made everybody around him better. And it's just it's annoying to see when talking heads or even media, even just the narratives, like how people are saying he don't do the work and like what are we talking about, bruh? This is supposed
Yeah.
to be either the number one or number two quarterback taken in the draft, and he literally fell to the fifth round based off of a what if or narrative like that clearly doesn't even exist because everybody on the Browns right now, um, let me not say that. Not everybody in the Browns, but the energy that was with that team on Sunday is energy that we have not seen from the past two quarterbacks. And respect to Joe Flacco, because last time Joe Flacco was here, he did lead us to the playoffs, but I
Yeah.
can't say the energy was there with him because the offense was they weren't even moving the ball like normal. And everybody tried to say it was Stefanski and da da da. And I know they changed play caller since then, but again, it's just like the evidence it's again a small one game, but it's the best game we've had all year on offense. So however y'all want to look at that and evaluate that, man, we got to do better because it's bad, man. Like to think what Shedeur would have been like. I ran into a neighbor on the way in, and he was talking about how about them Browns. As a Browns fan, I'm like, well, we've been waiting on all season. He was like, again, he's not a Browns fan. I think he might be a Packers fan or something, but he was like, they should have started him week one. And I was like, is he delusional? And then I was like, wait, actually, I'm saying though, because if we were going to trade Joe Flacco, granted, we didn't know what Dylan Gabriel was going to look like. However, it's just why not throw him into the fire? He clearly can figure it out. He went 4 for 12 as a rookie, going 4 for 12 in your first debut. Do you know how much that can deter you from like just destroy your confidence? We seen it right now with JJ McCarthy. Week one, he comes back. Again, I don't want to get into that yet, but week one, he comes back against a team that was in the NFC Championship last year. And ever since then, his confidence on the field has just looked like he don't even know what he's doing out there. So, yeah, man,
That's because it's hate week, man. He can't think straight, man. It's hate week. It's hate week, man.
for sure. I
It's
forgot
hate
about
week.
that. I
It's
forgot
hate
about
week.
that. It
It's
is
hate week.
for sure.
We only got one. We only got one team up north player that I'm rooting for. That's Mason Graham, man.
No
Everybody
facts.
else, I don't even care.
No facts
I
for
don't even
sure.
care. But just to comment on what you said about him making everybody around him better. Those rookies. Every rookie on our team
AB,
ate that day.
AB,
Every
man.
like there's got to be something in the water for Shedeur Sanders to come be your starting quarterback that game, and every rookie that you invested in. It wasn't just like any rookie, you know what I'm saying, but it was your investments showed up in that game. They haven't all showed up as a collective whole all season.
It Hear me out. Is it almost like we were watching like the changing of the guard
It's
in terms of
supposed to be like that.
in terms of the Browns energy? Like we got Batonio, we got all these guys that's been here.
Bruh, the vets
Um,
seem so excited to watch the young people succeed, bruh.
mhm.
Like Miles Garrett was smiling from ear to ear. Joe Batonio White Teller picking up Shedeur. Like eh, you got Collins talking about, man, 12 the man. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's just like, bruh, the sign is there. This is it. This is who you've been waiting for. See, let me
And
finish the
he
season out. And like he said on national TV, let's see what a full off season can do. Because it can get dangerous.
definitely.
That's it, bro. And there's nothing else we should be talking about when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. Like you
I
talked about
agree.
earlier, he gonna have a bad game. Cool. If I'm being honest with you, I think he's already had his bad game. I think it's over with for bad games. I'm expecting 200 yards a game now at this point because
For
his
sure.
bad game was the game he just played before the Raiders.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's everything that he did bad. That game he corrected in this game versus the Raiders. I stepping up in the pocket, moving when you roll out to the right, getting rid of the ball quick, knowing the hit coming, being able to avoid instead of turning around, he's stepping up and moving with the pocket though.
Hey,
Like
remember
everything he did wrong, he corrected in the Raiders game.
you remember when they said another reason he fell because he held the ball too long, or even while he wasn't playing this year and he doesn't take a sack in the game? It's just it's funny,
He
bro.
took
It's
one
funny.
sack
It's hilarious. Like,
and he was throwing the ball away.
yeah, he
We don't
was.
never see him throw the ball away.
That was most of his incompletions were throwaways.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So just like I'm being serious. If I'm talking numbers, I think he throwing for 230 and two touchdowns versus San Fran.
You putting
Like
the take out there
I'm just if, I said if we talking numbers, I ain't putting no take out there. He gon' bro. He's one of them people that gets better
as he plays,
as
as he
it
sees it.
goes.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro. So it's just like I'm expecting now. I've seen Shedeur. Now I'm expecting you to go to you really Shedeur Sanders. I'm really expecting you to perfect timing.
yeah.
I'm expecting Brown's flood of Shedeur Sanders now at this point.
Hey, that first is it? It's at home, right?
Yes. That's why I said, bro. I said this about to look like an 8 p.m. game.
It's
Prime
about
time
to.
game.
Is it
It's
at
about to look crazy
4:25?
in Cleveland.
Is it at 4:25? Is another 4:25 game?
No, I think it's a one.
1 o'clock.
But it's
Hey,
gonna look crazy in Cleveland, bro.
if
That's
PJ
what I'm trying to.
Walker, if PJ Walker had the crib going crazy,
Oh
what
yeah.
is what
Come
is
on, bro.
12? But man,
That's what I'm saying, bro.
hey, we
But
we might have one, bro. I can't. Again, I'm trying to. I feel like again with Miles Garrett, he was trying to tone down his excitement, but it's the energy you cannot help. But again, it's who we've been waiting on. Like we haven't Baker. He he served his purpose. We had glimpses, we had flashes of what it looks like to have
Baker
a
got us out the
quarterback.
mud.
Yes, he got us out the mud. I'll forever, like you can ask anybody that know me. I'm a forever stand up for Baker because he the only quarterback that has allowed me to watch a playoff game and actually watch a playoff game. I'm like, oh, we got a chance to win. We're one play away from beating the Chiefs. Think
and
about
make a
that,
and make a primetime game for like a Super Bowl.
bruh,
That
bruh.
Monday night game felt like a Super Bowl.
Seriously though, like the energy is infectious through the screen. We weren't even in Vegas, and Aaliyah had to literally, my girl had to literally calm me down. She was like, "My neighbors." I'm like, "You don't understand." I'm like, perfect timing. Like I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. It's a parade going outside, so people are sitting on their balconies. I'm like, yeah, I'm screaming like the energy is infectious, and I cannot wait for Sunday.
Yeah, man. Sunday's gonna be great. We gotta do a pod earlier this time.
Yeah, I'm waiting
Wait.
before the game.
Man, I hope y'all take your allergy medicine because I am dying right now. Man, I want to talk too, talk a little bit more NFL. I want to talk about what about them Cowboys? What about them Cowboys? They look like they about to maybe finally get the run out of Dak Prescott that they've been looking for.
Can we
And I
can we
want to talk about that young that white head over there, George Pickens.
because that's exactly. I hope you know that's what I was about to say. I was about to
I
say,
want to talk about that
can we
white
start with
head.
NFL young boy, please? Because bruh, He
I
top
seen a
five right now, bro. He
I seen
really
an
top three.
Instagram. I seen an Instagram of some people recreating how he played with some young boy music in the background. I'm like, bro, this really like George Pickens, though.
And again, it's easy to say he's a YN and all this other stuff, but he is a route running savant. He
No,
is
yeah.
open and he catches.
He
CD had a
catches
rough.
his radius is ridiculous.
CD had a rough game, and him and Judy, I noticed. You can tell me if I'm wrong or not, because I'm not a super football dude. I just be learning. I ask questions. I'm trying to be better, but they're body catchers. They try to trap the ball, and I feel as if that's why CD was dropping the ball because he was trying to let it hit him in the numbers. Um, and that's where most of his drops came from. But if you watch George Pickens, he has cat-like hands. Like it's so. Granted, having a great quarterback in Dak Prescott helps, but every time it's almost like he's catching an egg. And then again, you like you said, his catch radius is crazy. So every time they throw it in the vicinity, he'll go late hands, go up, snag it with. It's just it's crazy to
Or
see,
he
bro.
or he floating in the air with a
Yeah,
40-inch vertical,
yeah. Like
catching the ball at the highest point.
I I cannot wait until. And I think this is where the NFL Players Union, NFLPA, can at least try to take some notice on the NBPA in terms of how much the players mean to the league because there's no way that George Pickens should have to get franchise tagged at the end of this year. And I was reading a couple articles and it's probably gonna happen because if I'm the
No, it
Cowboys,
is.
I can't let him walk out. I
Yeah.
can't. There's no way he's literally a top three receiver in the league right now at this current day.
Yeah, especially
Um
with your off. He's not. It's CD. So we're not gonna act like
yeah.
CD got CD, but he's
Yeah.
off.
I
He's
know what you
having an
mean.
off year. So
Yeah.
yeah, it seems like Jerry trying to get back to that. Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harris. It seems like he's trying to get back on that.
And they both the beautiful thing is too, they both, if you watch any of the interviews, they both want each other to win so bad. And I think that's so
Yeah,
important, even in they're both quote unquote prima donna receivers. They both want to see each other win. And I think that's where it starts when we talk about Cowboys versus Eagles. Obviously there's the drama going on with the Eagles, but George Pickens he is changing his own narrative. This is somebody that the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm not gonna say they sent him to die because they sent him to America's favorite team, but they sent him away as if he was done. Like, oh, we'll live without him. We got DK coming in. Like, DK having a good year, but George
he
Pickens,
ain't having a George Pickens year. So
George
yeah,
Pickens is he should be $100 million+ wide receiver this offseason. I know that's probably not gonna happen, um, given the where all their money is tied up in Dallas because they're probably are trying to build a roster. Like they actually might have a chance down the stretch to make a run. But yeah, man, George, it definitely starts with George Pickens. Cannot say anything about George Pickens without saying anything about Dak Prescott being down 21-0 to the Super Bowl champs. These are the games that they usually lose. These are the games that they usually lose. Like we saw that game versus the Packers in the playoffs a couple years ago. Like the same thing kind of happened where the Packers got out to an early start and the Cowboys kind of just laid down. I think they showed some grit. And again, it's still regular season, but that was a big game. That was
yeah,
definitely a big game.
yeah. And then you talk about what you say issues with the Eagles, man. Our boy AJ Brown, he showed up. He
One of
showed
his
up.
one of his better games all year for real.
100 plus a TD. Think he had eight catches or something
Yeah,
like that.
something like that.
He showed up. Now they didn't get the W, but we shouldn't hear too much AJ Brown this, AJ Brown that no more. They should just go win football games at this point.
Yeah, the I don't want to say regression of Saquon as if like the skill he's lost a little bit of a step, but the regression of Saquon's impact on the game is definitely glaring to the Eagles' overall standing issues of their offense. I don't think that is. I think the quarterback thing is a little tricky because if you look at Jalen Hurts' numbers, they're pretty good. I think a lot of teams would want Jalen Hurts if you looking just at the stats. But again, when you watch the games, the running game doesn't have the same pop that it did last year, and I know offensive line has a lot to do with that. But I was listening to Dan Orlovsky talk about it today. There was a couple plays where Saquon one on one with Overshown, and he can't make a miss. Granted, Overshown is a good player, but Saquon is Saquon. We talking about 2K, so it's just it's almost like again that the impact on his game or the impact that he's had for the Eagles has definitely regressed, and it's having an overall impact on their offense. They just don't look the same, and I don't think it's all. It's easy to say it's all Jalen Hurts because he's the quarterback, but there's clearly something else wrong if they score 21 points and it's Jalen Hurts pushing the ball down the field and they still lose. So yeah, I think they had only had 100 yards of offense in the second half. So
Yeah, man. So real quick, before we go, um, I just gotta say that Saquon could definitely be having that hitting that wall because what would they play 18 games now? I think right. They play 18 games regular season.
17. There's 18 weeks.
17 games.
Yeah, there's
That's a
18 weeks.
lot of a lot of games. So he could just be hitting that wall because I mean, like we've seen that wall with Derrick Henry, and
Mm-hmm.
now he's starting to now get back to him. So like, but he might just be hitting that wall right now, and it's just because in the beginning of the season, Saquon was doing great, if I'm not mistaken. Like, yeah,
6-7.
like I remember him having like a 3 touchdown game
Yeah,
and stuff
he's
like that. So.
he's had a couple games, but the yard I think running back stats we obviously we're gonna look at yards and touchdowns, but yards per carry,
You're right.
um, it's not what it was last year. These
You're right.
these games are even just I don't know. Let me look real quick before I just speak out of thin air. Um, I want to say he's at like 3.1 yards per carry, which is
I mean, yeah, a lot of that can do, like you said, O-line as well as people getting under better at, Shit,
yeah,
last year was the first time they got Saquon, right? That was the
yeah,
last year. The first year was with Saquon Barkley and they won. So now it's just what more can you do to put wrinkles into the offense? I mean, everything's gonna be the same now. So I mean, with a year of playing and film and
yeah.
work and seeing Saquon with the Eagles, it's pretty cut and dry at this point.
Yeah, I that was another point that I heard about or was listening to today, just in terms of I know people got different opinions about First Take, but I do think that Dan Orlovsky, Cam Newton, even who else be on there, Damian Woody. Again, the point of the show is the takes. They want to draw viewers in. Sometimes they be outlandish takes, but when they actually talk about the analysis of the game, and you hear players like Cam Newton or even Dan Orlovsky didn't have that crazy of a career, but he played in the league for a while. He was
He
a
know
backup
his
quarterback.
stuff.
He know his stuff. So, they were talking about the play calling and the dial ups. It's very bland. Like the running game, the way
Mm-hmm.
they're using Saquon. So it's just interesting to hear different perspectives on,
Mm-hmm.
Saquon's impact and why it's looking like this.
Yeah.
But I'm looking it up now. He averages 3.7 yards per carry, which ranks, where is that rank? Definitely not. Yeah, he's number 39 in yards per carry.
Yeah,
And
bro.
there's a couple of quarterbacks here, so like the data might be skewed a little bit, but for the most part, bottom half of the league in terms of yards per carry. So yeah, I think that's really the Eagles' issue, to be honest. Not just Saquon, but just their offense in general. I don't think they have an identity, bro.
No, the identity is shown now. Like I said, like it's their identity was Saquon Barkley last year. Like without Saquon Barkley, they wouldn't have won. That's not a take. They wouldn't have
For
won
sure.
no Super
No, that's
Bowl.
a fact.
So I mean, you showed your hand. Your hand is shown.
What's the we need to put the young thug up. I mean, what can you say?
Hey, no cap. I mean, no, for real though. Like,
Yeah,
what you that's like what that's in Jerome Ford. We had one great year with Jerome Ford. The year after, no, no. We showed your hand. We know exactly what you do, buddy. So yeah, I mean, like Saquon, bro, like you said. So he's gonna always be Saquon Barkley. But at some point, you hit a wall, bro. When you hit a certain point, you hit a wall. So he probably just hit that wall right now. He get it back though. It's Saquon Barkley, like we said. Like I said, Derrick Henry hit that wall a couple times. Couple times. He hit that wall with the Titans before, so he
Yeah,
be he be all right.
yeah, I agree. I hope they figure it out, man.
Yeah, me too, man. Shout out to that boy AJ Brown, man. I hope he feel better. I hope he feels a little better after that game. I know he not happy, no dub, but hopefully that made their team bonding and chemistry back to where it was last year, and maybe they can continue to get back to winning because football has been looking great so far. The Browns have won a football game, and I'm looking forward to another week, baby. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Live Brass Loaded Minds. Of course, I'm Arbor Ward Jr. Got Twan over there, your favorite coach trainer and basketball savant with the good lab rats on. I don't got mine on, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And then I'm gonna bust down my watch because it is perfect timing.